Hi guys! Today I'm going to be talking about when I saw Harry Styles live on the XFactor last year. I have a video talking about when I saw him on the Late Late Show, and when I saw his first concert, and when I saw his tour show. So those are all on my channel. I'll link them in the description below. You should definitely go check those out after this video if you haven't seen them already. So this was on November the 11th last year, so only a few months ago, and it was like, it only happened like a couple weeks after I went to see his show on his tour in London, because that was on the 29th of October, so this is literally less than 2 weeks later. So I applied for tickets, and basically how it works is you just apply to whatever TV show you want to be in the audience for, and they sort of give them out randomly to however many people. I just got so excited because when you go to a concert, afterwards, like, you get that like overwhelming feeling of like, oh my god, I miss them so much, like I want to see them again. When you then find out a week later, oh, you're gonna see them again like really soon, like for free on TV, that's just like, it was just incredible. So I was so excited about that. They said on the email when you get a ticket that the dress code was sort of like party evening wear, like dress up nicely. So I'm thinking, well, I don't really like wearing dresses and stuff, but I want to look cute as fuck. So when I was out shopping, I found this suit, and everyone asked me where I got it from, and I didn't tell anyone. Not because like I don't want people to get it, like if you find it, get it, I don't care, but I didn't want like everyone going to get it and then it being like a thing. Like I was quite happy it just being my thing, and like because I hadn't seen anyone else wear it, so like, come at me, I don't give a fuck. But it wasn't in like it was in a very basic shop. Like honestly, anyone could have gotten this, literally anyone. So yeah, so I found this suit, and I'll insert a picture here, and I adore suits. I always have, even before Harry started wearing them. I have always loved like formal wear and embroidered things and like metallic and like waistcoats and bow ties and nice shirts, and like I've always loved that. So like the fact that that's also Harry's like style now is just even better. But yeah, so I saw the suit and I was like, I need that. And they had the jacket in my size, but they didn't have the trousers in my size. And the store was shutting in like half an hour, and I was like, I need these fucking trousers. Like I don't care what it takes. I need these trousers in my size, because the one up, I think I needed a 10, and the 8 was so tight, but the 12 was so baggy. So I couldn't like go for one or the other. I needed my size. So I was asking every single worker I could find, like, do you have these anywhere? And then finally, one glorious angel lady sent from the Lord above, whichever one you believe in, they sent her. And she went to the dressing rooms and she looked for ones that people had tried on and not bought, and lo and behold, there was a size 10. So I bought it and it was amazing, and I loved it. I felt so cool, and I wanted a cute shirt to go with it. So I got this like black ruffled shirt off Amazon, which was actually really good considering I got it on Amazon, but like that was amazing. So yeah, I was feeling fly as fuck. So I turn up and I get out and I walk and I see where everyone starts queuing. There's a queue for the stage side and there's a queue for seating, and everyone's just sort of wearing like t-shirt and jeans, or like jeans and like a nice top, and I'm like stood in like heeled boots and this ruffled shirt and this big fucking metallic pink floral suit, and I'm with bright green hair, and I'm just like, hi! That was certainly fun. I got so many compliments though. Like I got a lot of people sort of looking at me like, what the fuck is this bitch doing? But mostly people were really nice, and they complimented my suit a lot, and a few people asked to take pictures of me, so I was like, okay, sure. You just save it for when I'm famous. So like, I was so happy in this suit, you have no idea. Like I understand completely why Harry wears them, because you just feel so cool. You feel so, in a matching suit, it does wonders for your mood, I swear. So I got there at about 11 AM, I think, and it was absolutely freezing. Like, this was November in the UK. It was fucking freezing. I didn't want to bring too much that I would have to carry in with me, so I was just in my shirt, jacket, and a thin raincoat. And I was freezing my little titties off. It was so cold, and it was wet. So yeah, but I got there, and the person who was at the end of the queue was a friend that I actually met at Harry's London show on his tour. So I was like so happy that I ended up like queuing with and spending the time with someone I already knew. She's called Jess. She was in my vlog about Harry's tour show. She helped me de-thorn all of the flowers and all of the roses that I got to throw at Harry. So yeah, she's in that. But yeah, so I was next to her and we stole like bin bags that the security had put up for the trash. We stole a couple just to sit on because it was soaking wet. And I was not about to get my suit wet or muddy. Wasn't happening. Nope. But guys, when I tell you it was cold, it was so cold that when I went to Burger King for lunch, it was about a 10-minute walk away, when I walked in, my ass started burning. Like, you know that feeling when you step into a hot shower and you've got cold feet and it's like you've just stood into like fire, like you're just in, suddenly your foot has just gone through a portal into hell. Like it burns like because of the temperature change. That's what my ass did. My ass was burning in my pants and it was such a bizarre, horrible sensation. And yeah, so it was, when I say it was cold, it was very cold. But you know, I've done worse for Harry. I camped out for 4 days next to a main road for Harry, so you know, a few hours in the cold, nothing. We queued all day until about 7. They moved us around loads of times, like through the outside of the building. We kept having to re-queue and move through all these different security checks, and then we finally got to queue by the door at the back of the studio. And there was this guy in a van with like the big satellites on the top, and he had all these different screens of like where the cameras would come up, and he was just sat chilling waiting for the show to start, watching Big Bang Theory, which was just hilarious to us. And then they had all these like other cabins and like different contestants were walking past and stuff, but I hadn't really been watching the show, so I didn't really recognise that many of them. We finally go in at 7 and we walk in, and it's immediately I just think, this is so small. Like during the live shows on TV, where the cameras are and everything, it looks so big. But then walking in, it's like, oh, you've got a little chunk of seats there, you've got a bit of an audience there, and there's the stage. Like it looks so much smaller in real life. But when they put us in, they filled up one side of the stage first and then filled up the other side, which really pissed me off, because then I ended up being like 3rd row for one half of the stage, and then people who were behind me in the queue ended up being front row on the other side. And I was like, excuse me? I was in the car a lot longer than you! But it was okay, because we were in the 3rd row, there was only like 3 rows per stage side chunk, because it was very small. But then there were seats behind us, like these little like padded bars. So even though we were behind a bit, we were still very close to the stage, obviously, but we could also sit down, so like, it was chill. So if you've never been to a live TV show recording before, then you might not know that there is a guy who comes out and basically tries to pump the crowd up and get everyone excited, get everyone energized, and keep you entertained during like advert breaks and stuff. So this guy comes out and he's like, he does different like games and like song quizzes and stuff, and like you have to like finish the lyrics and sing the songs of like old XFactor contestants and shit, and it was alright. Like I was feeling it, I was pretty excited. But then obviously they played One Direction and everyone fucking loses their shit, because the majority of the people there were there to see Harry's one song performed. Like there was a few people I'd spoken to who were actually there because they wanted to see the contestants. Everyone else was there for Harry. And the producers and everyone were totally aware of that. So yeah, every time Harry got mentioned or One Direction was mentioned, they had to try so hard to get everyone to shut up again, because everyone was just screaming, me included. And then the judges came out, and I thought I would be like excited to see them, like Simon Cowell, Sharon Osbourne, Nicole Scherzinger and Louis Walsh. I thought I'd be excited to see them, because they are people that I have watched on this show since I was like 7. But honestly I was like, oh, that's nice. And then they sat on their desk and it was quite close. But yeah, most of the time I just kind of forgot they were there. Me and the people that I sort of like spent the day with, we were sat just waiting, and we're thinking, oh, we have to watch all of these acts first and like wait all this time before we get to see Harry, because like that's all we're here for. I look behind and there's this balcony. The balcony was like just quite close, but obviously up up there. Like, I could see people stood there very clearly, you know. I think I waved to one of them and they waved back, like they're quite not that far away. And that is where all the acts stand and wait. Like, they watch all the other acts performing, and then that's where they walk down from and come onto the stage and leave again. So they were all stood up there just waiting, and I just look up randomly and I see this man stood in a yellow suit with short brown hair, and instantly I'm like, screw it. I don't even know the noise I let out, but I let out a noise to alert my friends around me of what I had just spotted. Like, instantly, from literally split second, recognised Harry Styles from behind, like up on this balcony. Like, there wasn't even a thought of like, is that Harry? It was like, I know that head, I know those shoulders, and who the fuck else would wear a bright yellow suit? So like, we're all there like holding each other's hands, like fucking like just looking up at him like, oh shit, like he was so close. And we weren't expecting to see him like before he came and played, so like we were just like fucking shook. Like, this is the second time Harry has just appeared out of nowhere in front of me, and goddamn, my heart is gonna suffer. So he was up there and we just fucking lost our fucking shit. I don't know how many other people noticed, because I didn't hear anyone else like making any noise or even looking until they started filming, and they filmed that little like intro thing where they say, and later on we're gonna have Harry on the show, and he stood there in his little yellow suit. So if you've seen that, which I assume you probably have if you're watching this video, then yeah, we were just right down there underneath watching him as it got filmed, like fucking pissing our little pants. So yeah, that was good, and that got us really hyped up to like wait until he came back on stage. Like, we were like buzzing for the rest of the oh, it was so good. Like, just seeing him just makes me happy. So like, yeah, thanks. Yeah, then he went away again, and the show started and all the acts came out and they were really good. Like, it was a good show. I enjoyed watching it, I enjoyed being there, it was a lot of fun. So all the acts had finished their performance, and then it was another break, and then we knew that after this break it was going to be Harry, and then they start setting up the like band stuff, and all the band comes out. It starts and Harry comes out and he plays Kiwi, and we all lose our fucking shit, because honestly we knew it was just this one song. We had a few minutes, like, make the most of it. So we were jumping around, we were screaming the words, like absolutely losing our fucking shit, okay? And this was the fourth time that I'd seen Kiwi, because I saw it once at his first ever solo show, then he played it twice at his London show, and then I saw it again on the X Factor. So I've seen this song 4 times now, and I was so happy that he played it again, because obviously there's going to be more people watching the X Factor that have maybe just heard Sign of the Times or Two Ghosts, and like, everyone needs to hear Kiwi. Like, my dad watched it and then he messaged me being like, yeah, that was actually a good song. And I'm like, I know! Of course it's a good song. It's Harry's. It was just so much fun. And it was like such a good just few minutes. The freaking purple jumpsuit, like, he had already been wearing a bright yellow suit just like an hour before. So I was not expecting him to come out with a bright purple jumpsuit. Like, how... is he seriously chilling in all these different suits before coming on and putting something even more fucking extra on? Like, what the fuck? There was a no phone policy throughout the whole thing, so obviously it's on TV, they don't want like a bunch of people in the crowd just holding their phone up. So I didn't film any of it like whilst he's performing, I just really enjoyed the song. But then I whacked my phone out afterwards when they were like, when he was coming off the stage and stuff. And he was talking to Dermot, and like he hugged the judges and blah blah blah, and he's just stood there really close, and I love just like being in his presence and just like watching him just like be him and like talk to people and smile, and he's just so, you know. He was talking to Dermot, and then I got a clip of this, so I'm going to insert it. And he sort of like tries to go around the side of the stage to come off, and he trips over something and does this like weird little like walk. It's really funny. Here's the clip. and he went back upstairs, and then that was that. We had to stay there a little bit longer whilst they like finished the show and everything and did the results and all that shit, and yeah, and then we left and we went home, and yeah, that was pretty much the whole day. But it was a really fun experience, seeing the show that I'd been watching like most of my life on TV, actually like watching it being filmed and being in it. I don't know, I wasn't in like many shots that much. I have a couple screenshots where you can see my head and you can see like my suit and stuff, but there was a camera behind me for a lot of the time, and the lady kept saying like, don't turn around, we're going to be filming you, like don't look into the camera, just keep watching the stage. But I guess because it's being filmed live, like they could pick any camera to put on the feed at that moment, so I guess that one was just never picked whilst the back of my head was in it. But you can see my little green head a few times in the crowd, so that's quite cool. Also, just a side note, I'm also in Harry's Instagram picture that he posted of the London show. I didn't know this when I filmed my video about it, but on the one with the London show in the right corner, there's a little green head with a white and black shirt, which is the shirt I wore, and that's me! So I'm also on Harry's Instagram, which is pretty cool. I feel so lucky to be able to go to these things, like, it's really cool. Make sure to go check out my other Harry related videos, because I've even put them in a playlist, and I really want to do a Q&A sometime this month or maybe next month. So in the comments, leave me any Harry related questions, whether it be about my opinion on something or like about any of my experiences or concerts or anything like that. Or if you don't want to post it in the comments, you can ask me on my Ask FM anonymously, which I shall leave in the link description. So yeah, please ask me stuff, otherwise it will be a really shit Q&A without any Q's to A. So yeah, well that's it for this video guys, I hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you in my next one. How many years have I been here and I still can't just end my videos properly? Ugh.